I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen, you bitch. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my clique. I need a 30 for 30. Continuing on with the week 1 performances, that boy Russell Wilson showed his ass yet again. And to my brother Tim G's credit, he brought up the fact that motherfuckers really don't goddamn give Russell Wilson his credit. Like folks in not sports media, but in major media and in entertainment media, give him his credit in terms of being a celebrity dad and what he's doing with Sierra. They contrast him with Future and stuff like that. But we talking football. And in terms of football, Russell Wilson has never had not one MVP vote.
Never had one MVP.
Not one. Vote. And my boy Tim G. Jacob feels some type of way about this shit. See, what were you trying to tell these motherfuckers about this shit, man?
My thing is this. I know he's in me and JoJo's division.
He is in that. And the fact that he's in y'all division and you still got respect for that man. That adds something else.
This man has done nothing more since he came into the league than win. That's what he's done. He's come into the league and won. Now I know he didn't get but one title, but you could put that second one on Pete. Because all he had to do was turn around, hand that thing off beast mode, and we might be singing a different story.
Coach.
Okay.
Brady have 5.
All right. So my thing is Russell has went out here. He's never had a top 5 receiver. He had a great he had top 5 defense in his earlier years.
He had
top 5 defense. He had number 1 defense in his early years. But when you really get to, what this man done, this man's never been below 500 in his career, y'all. He's never been under 500. Come on, like really, what we saying right now? That's why I pronounce him today as the greatest football player in the NFL. I'm talking about football player. When you
Whoa!
What?
Wow!
What?
I didn't know you were gonna take me that fast.
I
didn't know you were gonna take me that fast.
I've said it on wax.
And
the best
in the
player.
pre-show meeting, you didn't let me know you were taking me that fast.
We were discussing what extra we were gonna put in. This is what I'm gonna tell you today.
Go ahead, today. So I can gather
now, let me just explain it. Let me explain it. He is the best football player in the NFL. If you said, look, I want a guy that's going to compete, never gonna complain. He's gonna work with what he's got. He's gonna encourage his team. He's gonna do all the things you need him to do from a standpoint of leadership. His athleticism is not to be short. There's no shortcomings to his athleticism. He's a great thrower of the football. He never put Pete on blast. No matter how many times this man done got sacked behind that trash line he had, he continues to get up and make the next play. He's the best football player in the NFL. And I'm putting quotation marks on football player because this is just what you will want as your guy. Russell's just special, man. He's just special.
I'm gonna back T up too. If you watch the Seattle Seahawks play, their offense is very vanilla. And what I mean by that is just really when I hand it off, it's all power, no misdirection. There's no decision to it. Like we're gonna be some power running, right? And then we're gonna play action off of that, and we're gonna go deep to Metcalf or Lockett, maybe underneath the Lockett every now and then. But it's really it's the ultimate compliment to Russell because they're like, we don't have to draw up a lot of crazy stuff because we know that when this doesn't work, we'll say, Russell, now you do you. Now, I have a problem with that because you make Russell do too much sometimes.
Yeah.
He's so good that you feel like he can get you out of any situation, and that's true. But it doesn't have to be so hard.
Yep.
I do appreciate the fact now that at least in one game, that Pete Carroll kind of gave him a little bit more of the reins. I don't know what took so long, but it's just like, man, start making plays from the beginning. We don't have to do this 3 yards in a cloud of dust type stuff in the first quarter. Let's let Russell start throwing from the word go, and let's see what happens. Well, you saw what happened. Like, they lit up the Falcons, lit them up from the word go, man. I left Russell Wilson out when we were talking about Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers makes guys look good, Russell Wilson made guys look great. I think y'all are right. The fact that he has not only not gotten MVP votes, but not won one is ridiculous. He should win this year because this man is probably the most important quarterback in the NFL because of what he does in the pocket and out of the pocket. Guys just special. I actually wish he didn't play in Seattle because sometimes, it's a West Coast game and people don't pay attention to them like that anymore. They need to see Russell now compared to when Russell had all the talent. They need to see like what it's like to have Ray as his receiver or his running back and say, oh, he's doing that with Ray in the backfield. Okay. It's different now, man. Now, Russell's a bad boy. He is.
Ray Coleman was a bad motherfucker. That motherfucker being humble right now.
Well, maybe, but
he being humble right now.
If I played with Russell Wilson, what he doing right now, he still have to be doing. And it's just one of those things, man, when you see guys that are that special, you just kind of take a moment to be like, man, respect, because T is right. I look at it just in terms of offense to defense. He is the best offensive player in the game of football. The best offensive player in the game of football. I think Aaron Donald is the best overall talent in the game of football. But Russell Wilson is the best offensive player in the game of football. And it ain't even close. That's the other part about it. It's not even close.
Yep.
I feel like this man over here, Josephus Forbes.
He leaning over that too. He
that's what I peeped. That he was leaning.
His hat backwards.
A certain type of way over here as a 49er fan.
I know.
I just feel like he feels some type of way. I'm finna see. JoJo, talk to him.
This hard, man. Because it's hard for me to give Russell his props because of the team he played for.
but hey, remember what our brand is. The realest.
Right.
Yeah.
The realest. Talk to her.
Like, do people not realize his number one receiver was Lockett, who's probably 4'8"?
Oh, all right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, seriously. That was his number one receiver.
I'm not gonna move while you say this.
Like,
this is some extraordinary shit. We got two diehard 49er fans.
I got to see it. I'm saying up close and personal. It was on my TV. My TV pretty big. That's close
twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year. I'm watching this man spin out of a sack numerous of times. Sometimes on consecutive plays, throw the ball, and here's Lockett in a touchdown. Like, I'm watching this dude. He say hike, and he already dodging somebody.
Yep.
So, like, he definitely. Y'all right. He probably should have won one by now.
Yeah,
he should have won one by now.
No question.
Imagine Russell Wilson in a Shanahan offense. He'll probably have 3 or 4 Super Bowls, right?
We'd have won the bowl last year if we had Russell.
And the thing about Russell is he's not going to be one of those guys that if you put him in a real offense with weapons around him, he's not going to be cavalier about it. He's having to be cavalier because he's literally running for his life every second and third down. And so I look at it like, and that's another thing. I don't think people understand, like, dude, when Russell scrambles from sideline to sideline, back-to-back plays, he's exhausted. And still on the third play, he's going to come back and he'll throw a 40-yard dime on the money. Doesn't matter. Best offensive player in the game of football, and it's not even close. I'm just going to keep saying that. It's not even close.
Right. What's the yardage from sideline to sideline? What would
That's
it be?
good. That's a good question.
What,
That's a good question. I'm gonna look it up.
what
I
50
don't know how
something?
wide.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
50.
53. And then
I think
it's
it was.
sometimes when you watch certain guys play, and it's not that like I have a preference or anything. Like I can watch Drew Brees play, like when he was in his prime and be surgical, and it's nice. But like man, when you watch Russell play, it's like man, that is like impressive.
Yeah, he cold. I'm the bullshit.
It's just impressive to watch.
He cold because I'm a Packer fan and I got
Yeah,
Rodgers. Uh, and I've always been complaining about uh Aaron's lack of and all that kind of shit. But Aaron has had a Devontae Adams.
yeah.
I can't name his Devontae Adams offensively. That defensively to T's point, he's had some shit. Aaron ain't never had that kind of
Never
shit.
had. That's true. That's a good
He
point.
never
That's a
had
good
that.
point.
Who is the best receiver he has had? Golden Tate?
Woo! Golden got to be right. Or no,
Golden, Doug Baldwin.
Doug
Yeah,
got
Doug Baldwin.
Doug
Yeah,
run them routes now.
yeah.
He
I know
does.
I know Doug might not
And
be
no,
eye popping, but Doug used to be tough and run them routes.
nobody knew who Doug Baldwin was.
Nah,
Russell a bad motherfucker to all y'all point. Russell,
he a bad man.
the fact that man has not had not one single MVP vote, y'all know what that is.
He will.
Y'all know what
He
that
will.
is.
He will
Everybody
get them.
know. Everybody
He
that's
will get them
watching
this
know what
year.
that is.
He will get them this year, and unless something ridiculous happens, there's no reason why Russell Wilson shouldn't win MVP.
This is
I
how.
mean,
Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
no. You go ahead. You good. You good.
No, I just want to ask y'all a question, but go ahead, Ray. I want to ask y'all a question, before we close this segment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just doing more with less.
This
He's
is
always
good.
done that, but this time he's gonna do more with a little bit better offense because DK Metcalf is in his second year, and I do think that young man is gonna be a stud. But he's going to Russell is gonna be able to expand as far as what he's allowed to do. And this dude's numbers is going to be ridiculous, man. I think sometimes his numbers might not have been as high because he was having to manage games early, and so his stats weren't as ridiculous as everybody else's. His numbers are going to be there, man, and so you're not going to be able to deny everything else he's been doing prior and big numbers at the same time.
Yep.
Man, this shit, like y'all are saying, this shit has been incredible. The motherfucker that went. This is career now. 11-5, 13-3, 12-4, 10-6, 10-5-1, 9-7, 10-6, 11-5.
Yeah.
Oh, no losing seasons. And you know how the sports media do it, brother. Ray C's Leo know more than anybody how the sports media do it. They feel like the quarterback more important than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Never losing season. Never losing season, and motherfuckers ain't gonna give him not one. I'm not saying he should have been the MVP. I'm not saying that, but one MVP vote.
Ain't nobody in Washington, California, Las Vegas, and Nevada. Nobody in the media out there on the West Coast gonna get that man one vote.
Bro, we this is why we here.
Let me give a shout out to Jason Clay. Because
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Let me put you on a motherfucking spotlight because this boy need to know that you showed him some love. Go ahead, Joe.
Shout out to Jason Clay because that's exactly what he talked about today. He said the standstill quarterback is dead.
Okay.
He said we in a league now where you got to be able to throw the ball, you got to be able to escape, and you got to be able to read. He was like Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, like they finna be phased out. He was like, other white quarterbacks are catching on because Josh Allen, he don't use his legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's the other one? It's another one that he mentioned. I can't think of him right now, but I just wanted to give Clay a shout out. Clay, as much as we argue and debate, I still gave you a shout out, bro.
That's the real wave, man. You can look at any young quarterback or any successful quarterback. I say young or successful because, like I'm saying, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, those guys. But for the young quarterbacks, whether it be Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, or whoever of a black quarterback, or we're talking white quarterback with Allen, the young man up in New York, Daniel Jones, like those young men are mobile. And not mobile where we're talking about you got to run an option. We're just saying you have the option of if that thing breaks down, you can extend the play. That's all it is, because the game is so fast. Anytime you can buy an extra second, you are making it much more. If you want to talk analytics, which McCarthy don't know what he's talking about, that's the real analytics. How can you get me from 2.5 seconds to 3.5? Because 3.5 is going to get me 6 points.
That boy there found a way to throw
that whole analytics on a field goal from 20. Come on, man.
Go. Subscribe to our daddy's YouTube channel. He's the best. Hit the like button, turn on the notifications.